Hope you're all doing well. It's good to see you again. It's your boy, Wes Gardner, Comedy Hobo, and here is part 2 of our top 25 games of all time. The previous video, we looked at some doozies, including the Elder Scrolls Morrowind, all sorts of games. Definitely go check it out. I will leave the link in the description below. Without further ado, let's just jump right in, man. This is episode number 2 of the top 25 games of all time. So we're blasting to the N64 now, going back to 1997 with Goldeneye 007. Genius game. This is the game that made it clear that first-person shooters work on a console. And you go back and play it now, and it's, we're so used to the dual sticks now, and, your Call of Duties and Halos that kind of perfected that, and like Battlefield, they perfected that control mechanism. But back in the day, man, there was nothing like Goldeneye getting you and 3 of your buddies to do the deathmatch. As long as you didn't pick Odd Job. If you picked Odd Job, no bueno. You're out of the crew at that point. But the levels worked really well. Even stuff like Aztec. Just really cool things like shooting off a hat from somebody, but it doesn't headshot them. It just takes the hat off and then they look around. That type of stuff we'd never seen before. But then you see it in Goldeneye. It still holds up. It's still good even today. I really love it. And yeah, I would even track down an actual N64. Get yourself a copy of Goldeneye. In fact, let me get this. Booyah! There it is. Look at that. Ooh, buddy. Ooh, got it. I feel like playing it right now. But yeah, Goldeneye, it's aged pretty well, in my opinion. Just a good game. It's just a classic, dude. A classic. You can't beat Goldeneye. Come on. So, going to the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive, one of my favorite systems ever, we're going to talk a little bit about Road Rash 3. Came out in 1995. Oh, that game. I have Road Rash 2 in my Retron right now. I need to find my Road Rash 3. It's in a box somewhere. But man, that game is goofy, it is fun, it has a great sense of humor. Basically, you just race motorcycles and punch people. That's it. You get weapons, you get a barbed wire bat, you get chains, you get whatever. And you want to win the race at all costs. And it has great little animated story clips. So if you lose, it shows you something funny, like your bike launches into a tree, or you get hit by a car, or some random stuff. And then if you win, you're carried away, and hooray, and you got a little trophy, and your little guy dances around. Just super fun, super funny. The writing is great. There's a lot of puns, like road-based puns. It's pretty good. But yeah, that loop is very good. You unlock different parts for your bike to get faster, to do better, to run away from the cops, to just hit harder on your bike. Just really cool stuff. They don't make games like that anymore. I know there's like Road Redemption and things, but they kind of take that and expand upon it too much. But this is super slick, like super slim, very, very, very to the point. But it's just addictive. It's so much fun. Road Rash 3. Ooh, gotta go play it. So another game from 1999. I told you there was a trend here. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. If you ever wanted to get like a master's degree in a fighting game, Third Strike would let you do it. That game is so deep. It's so unpredictable. And it gave birth to the most famous fighting game moment ever, with Daigo doing his parries. Crazy. Ken versus Chun-Li. Golly. I mean, I have a special place in my heart for it because it was the first part of video game content I ever made for YouTube or online or anything. I actually have a Comilog episode about that called History Lesson, where we actually look in its entirety at that video and kind of what it means to me and where it came from and stuff. But as far as just a game itself, I think Third Strike is the best Street Fighter game ever made. I think it's the best fighting game ever made. Everything you need and everything you want to love about fighting games can be found in Third Strike. So you can study it, you can get better at one character, you can get good at all characters, You kind of have to make your choice. What do you want to do? Do you want to master one or be good at all? And it takes years and years. And I mean, I haven't even tried to play online. I'm going to get smoked, I know for a fact, but I'm going to have so much fun doing it, playing it on the Street Fighter 3, or the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Edition. And no matter how you play it, whether you got an original Dreamcast, which you can see mine kind of up here in the corner right there, if you got the original Dreamcast version, if you got it on that Anniversary Collection, however you can play it, please play it. Super good. It's the best of the best for fighting games. And I strongly urge you to dig in and really learn a character, get good, take those quarters off those newbies, those nubby nupkins. Get them out of there. Show them no quarter. That's right, baby. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So this next game on the list, it was on the list much closer to number 1 for a while, but as I started sorting through more games, it kept getting slightly knocked down. And that's no detriment to the game itself, because, hey, it made the top 25. It has to be pretty good, right? But that's Shadow of the Colossus. And I have a love-love relationship with Shadow of the Colossus. That game came out in 2005 on the PS2, initially, and it was before its time. Pushed the PS2 to its limit, had some amazing moments. All the game is it's 16 boss battles. But those boss battles are some of the best in the world. And the story, it gives you little bits here and there, you know something's going on, but then the ending is this beautiful moment to where it takes the idea of the game. The game, all you do is you climb these colossi, you stab them, and then you get some essence to try to revive your love interest. And the ending is so poignant because it takes that fundamental gameplay mechanic and makes it part of the ending. And it's bittersweet, get a little teary-eyed, but it's a genuine masterpiece. And I know there's a lot of people saying, hey, if they want video games in the Smithsonian to show how artful they can be, Shadow of the Colossus should be on that list, and I agree. I have the PS4, kind of the remaster version. They also did a remaster on PS3, and that came with Eco as well. But man, Shadow of the Colossus, super good game. Give it a chance. The controls need a little work. In my opinion, that's one of the only detriments to the game. But once you learn it, once you get good at it, and the grip meter and all that stuff, just a masterclass of game design. Super, super good. Guess what year this game came out? 1999. Dude, 1999 was sick. It was so good for everything, for movies, for games, for books. I mean, whatever. If you're into entertainment, 1999 was just, oh man, it was so good. But this is the only real-time strategy game that made the list. And I love RTS games. I love them. I'm not great at them, but I do enjoy digging in on them. But Age of Empires 2. There's so much to that game. It's so much fun. It's responsive. You have the little villagers cutting down trees, grabbing gold, building your buildings. But you can pick all of these different ages within human history. So you can go to feudal Japan, you can be part of the Crusades, you can do kind of whatever you want to do. And as you level up tech trees and things like that, that game gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It makes you keep track of more and more and more. But I will say it's paced a little better for a newcomer to real-time strategy than something like a StarCraft or a Command & Conquer. It's easier to keep track of up front, and then it slowly introduces more things to keep track of. And so I highly recommend it. If you've never played a real-time strategy game before and wanted to get in, every single time my recommendation is going to be Age of Empires 2. They even have the HD edition. You can get the complete edition on Good Old Games. Just wonderful. I come back to that game at least once a year. I just remember playing it as a kid, loving it then. I love it even more now. There's nothing else like it. Nothing else like it. Man, that's a good game. Haha, another list down. Anytime I can talk about Goldeneye and Age of Empires 2 in the same video, that's a good video. Join me next time whenever we dig even deeper into my top 25 games of all time. What do you think of the list so far? Leave your thoughts and comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And hey, if you have a top 25 games list of your own, let me see it. Link me to that stuff. I love to see what everybody's taste is. But hey, until next time, guys, we will see you soon. Peace.